Hello, thank you for joining me today. Hoping that the internet will behave itself this evening. I've got I've got a quick short project for you today. Everybody is out of the house, so nobody is trying to use up the internet. So hopefully we won't have any interruptions. Hi Victoria, nice to see you. We've got a couple of people here. I've got 3 people I can see online. Now, because I'm filming, it's going to be really difficult for me to reply to comments, but I promise I will reply to each and every one of you after the end of the video. So this is my first Crafting Tuesday tutorial. I've got an envelope punch board project today. I put a vote out there today. One person came along and said that they wanted to see a gift box tutorial. So that's exactly what we're going to do, but it's quite a small little box, so this will fit, you know, a few sweets or maybe a couple of tea lights, something like that. I got inspiration for this from, hi there Ashley, I got inspiration for this from Sam Hammond-Donald, who is from she is the Poodlers group, and I've taken this inspiration from her. What I'm going to be using is some DSP from the All My Love DSP collection. I'm just trying to get the light right there. Hopefully that's okay. So just to show you what's in this collection, so this is the one that I'm going to be using. I've already chopped it up. But this is also from that DSP. I've used a few of these now. I've got big hearts and little hearts. It's so cute, this paper. Then we've got lots of different colours going on there. We've got, the background is called Craft. The green that we've got on here is called Soft Sea Foam, and the dark pink on there is Lovely Lipstick. On the back of that one, a design that makes my eyes go funny. Then we've got some pink, some white and some really deep pink on there. I think they're great, those hearts. Probably going to do some Valentine's projects with that. There's that one back again. That's really nice when it's attached to panels on a box, or perhaps as a background for a card. Those hearts are back. That I think is really pretty. That pink is just beautiful, and especially with this green, I just think it's a really lovely contrast. It is beautiful paper, Victoria, absolutely lovely. I can't do that though. That makes my eyes go funny. With that, let's chuck that over the side of the room. With that, we have the Forever Lovely stamp set, and I'll be using that as well. They've got some quite nice sentiments in there. So what I've done is, this box needs a piece of DSP, or you could use cardstock and decorate the cardstock, but you need a piece of DSP that is 6 inches by 6 inches. So out of one sheet of DSP, you can get 4 of these little boxes done. And I use the paper trimmer to do all of my trimming. So I've got a piece of 6 by 6 there, but I'm just going to show you, for those of you that haven't seen the paper trimmer, just how easy it is to use this. I also use it for scoring. I think it's perfect for that. I use this rather than the scoreboard because this has increments of 1/16 of an inch. So that's why I prefer to use that. So I've got some card there, not card, it's DSP rather. I'm going to line that up to 6 inches and just make sure that that is butted up against that bar there, trimmed. Super easy and super accurate. I know that that's going to measure that way because my DSP was 12 by 12. So I've already made one of these boxes, but didn't finish it off. I just wanted to have a quick practice before today. So I can do 3 more of those if I want to, or I might do something else with them. So that's the paper trimmer. Great piece of kit. And it comes, you can order spare blades and a spare scoring implement on that as well. So there's my 6 by 6 sheet of DSP. I would suggest with this project to use a DSP that doesn't have any particular direction to the pattern. I think if you have a direction that's either horizontal or vertical, you're going to have to really start thinking about where you're going to be scoring. And I can't be doing with that because I get it wrong usually. So there's the envelope punch board. Let me just see if I can adjust this camera slightly without completely dropping the phone. Bear with. That would be no. That kind of gives you an idea of what the envelope punch board looks like. It does more than makes envelopes. To be honest, I don't know many people who use this to create envelopes, but you can do. That's what it can be used for. Right, let's get this angle right. Sorry if anyone feels a little bit sick there, as I've just kind of adjusted the height of that. That's a little bit better. So on the envelope punch board, gives really good instructions if you want to make envelopes. And I've used this for making envelopes. It's absolutely great. It does a perfect envelope. So on here you choose what your card size is, and then you trim your paper to the correct size, and then your score line is on there. Really super easy to use, and perhaps I'll do a video in the future actually showing how easy it is to use the envelope punch board to make an envelope. But we're going to be using the envelope punch board to make a little box. Along here we've got some measurements. These are all in inches. We've got a score guide here, so we're going to be using that today. It also comes with a scoring tool, which is just like a little knife. And this here is a groove. So that is a groove that you will use in order to score the paper like that. So just need to measure this once, and I'm going to do use the scoring guide all the way round. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my DSP in there, and I'm going to line this up to 1.5. Make sure that that's right up against that bar there, and I'm going to punch, and I'm just going to find that groove, and I'm going to score like that. Not too hard, because you will go through that DSP, but just firm enough so that you get a score line. You're going to then move your paper across to the 4-inch mark. You're going to punch, and you are going to score. Take the paper out and rotate it 90 degrees. Then what you're going to do, you won't be able to see this on this, I don't think, but you're going to line up this score guide with that first score line that you made. So I'm just lining up this score line with that score guide, and I will punch and score. I'll move it across. I don't need to measure. I'm just going to find the score line that I made, line it up with the score guide, punch and score. I'm going to do that again. Now, if you're thinking about getting yourself an envelope punch board, and you think, well, what am I going to do with it when I get it home? Just Pinterest. Go on Pinterest, go on YouTube, just Google envelope punch board tutorials. There are loads of them, absolutely loads of them. Some of them are mine, which is always quite nice when you try and search for things on YouTube and then your own tutorial comes up. I've lined that up again, punch, score, here comes the dog. Take that out, turn that round. Oh, he's gone again. Line these last two score lines up, so line that up there, punch and score, and then find that last score line, line it up, punch and score. So you've done that on all four sides of that piece of DSP. The final thing that you're going to do with this, we can put that away. In this bit here, in there, is a corner rounder. And I always use this piece of kit to round any of the corners I need, because it's just so easy. I'll show you how easy it is. So there is our pointy bit. I'm just going to slot that in there and punch. And there we are, it's rounded. It looks a whole lot better when it's rounded. So I'm just going to round all of those, and then we are done with the envelope punch board, and we can put that to one side. So the next thing I'm going to do is to now fold and burnish all of these score lines. My bone folder has gone walkabout. Yep, can't find it. So just fold and burnish all of those score lines. My craft room actually is a complete and utter disaster area. I keep saying, yeah, I'll clear it up. Doesn't happen. So that's folded and burnished all of those score lines. Now, need to do a bit of cutting. Don't need to do much cutting with this. So I'm going to take my snips. Now, we've got 2 small triangles, 2 big triangles. You want big triangle here, big triangle here, little triangles there. And we are going to make 4 cuts. So you need this big triangle here, and you are going to cut from here up to the first score line. And you're going to do that on either side of that triangle. So far this is going good, but I just know what's going to happen. It's going to be live, something won't work. So I've got those 2 there like that, and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. So now I've got this. Now I'm going to, in a minute, I'm going to show you the box that actually is going to be made. Obviously I'm going to show it to you because I'm making it. And it's going to fold slightly, or it's going to close slightly different than a box normally would. Now you could make up this box by putting adhesive on each of those flaps there, folding it all in like that, and having the closure at the top. Tie some ribbon around it, put a little sentiment on the front, job done. You can do that if you want to. This one's slightly different because actually we're going to be folding it or closing it from the front. So what we want to do, this is the inside of my box, and that's the great thing about Stampin' Up DSP, is it always has something nice inside. We're just going to put some adhesive. I'm going to fold those 2 flaps forward, and I'm just going to put some adhesive here, just on these ones. And where I want to put it is, yeah, I want to put it on this fold line here. I want to make sure I've got that there so that it all stays shut. So I'm just using tear and tape, but I'm only using this for speed. This stuff sticks to anything. You've got to be really careful with it. It is super sticky, which is good, but you've got to be accurate. So I'm just going to run that along that fold line there, like that, and then just another piece so that it's not flapping around. So that just tears off like that. Peel off the backing strip. This is the other thing that happens when I'm on camera. I can never get the backing strip off. It's because my nails are too long. So I've got the adhesive here. This flap will come to the back of this square, and you are going to line up, I hope you can see this, you are going to line up the cut edge with the folded edge as accurately as you can. Now if you're a beginner, probably the best thing to use is wet glue for that, because you can stick it, hold it and wait for it to grab, and at least you can kind of wiggle it a bit to make sure that it's in the right place. Take this one with the adhesive, fold it in, and make sure that that cut edge lines up with the folded edge. Like that. Now what we're going to do with this box, hope you can see this, so you are now looking down onto it. These 2, these are our small triangles. They're going to come into the front there like that. This front flap will come upwards and that will stick there. These 2 will come in, and then that is going to come down and squeeze in there like that. So what we need to do is put some adhesive. So there's the front here. We want to put some adhesive inside that in there. So your glue of choice, whatever you want, I'm using Stampin' Up's Tear and Tape. I prefer this to cheaper alternatives for a couple of reasons. I did used to buy it from the range, and I just used to find, I did used to find that with the Tear and Tape, there's nothing wrong with that Tear and Tape from the range, but I could never get the backing off. It wouldn't stick, so I'd make projects and then watch them fall apart. So you do get what you pay for, and you get a lot of this stuff as well. So I'm just going to take the backing strips off of that. Be careful, I just don't want it to attach yet, because what I want this to do is that when I bring this front flap up, which I've just bent slightly, when I bring that front flap up, I need to make sure, God, it's sticky, that that is all completely square. So just take your time, make sure that that is square before you then bring that up like that. And you want, oh, come on. You want that to stick, and you might just have to get your fingers in there. That one has stuck, that one hasn't. It's quite tricky to do, to get you to be able to see it, and I've got to be able to see it to make sure it's accurate. There we go. I've just got my fingers in there and stuck that together. These two are going to come down like that, and then we're going to fit that in there. So that could... That's why it needs to be square, so that fits in. Oops. This is where it happens when I'm live and it's not going to fit. It's because I've made that slightly too tight. There we go, that's in. So what I want to do with this now, I want to put a front on this. And I've done this off camera earlier just because it's quite fiddly. I've got 2 pieces of cardstock. This is Lovely Lipstick, really, really deep pink. And this is Whisper White. The Lovely Lipstick card measures 2 1/4 by 1 1/2, so that's just really an offcut. The Whisper White is just slightly smaller than that, and I think I've done that as 2 1/8, so a bit fiddly measurements, 2 1/8 by 1 3/8, but you just get a really nice border around that. So I'm going to take my Forever Lovely stamp set. I've already got it on the block, haven't I? And I've put, there is a sentiment on there called You Are Loved. I've put that on my block. And now I'm going to stamp it. What's always dangerous is ink when you're live. This stuff can get everywhere sometimes, especially me. I'm a bit clumsy with this sometimes. I'm going to load up my stamp. Now I would normally get my head right over that to make sure that I've got it lined up, but I can't, otherwise you get to see the top of my head. So I'm going to, a little bit of fingers crossed here that I get this on there properly. A little prayer. There we go. So that's stamped on there. That just about fits on that. If that card had been any smaller, it wouldn't have fitted. And what I want to do is attach that like that. That could have been a bit straighter maybe. I've just seen a message pop up from my friend Alison. Hello Ali, I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. I've got a couple of my friends on here tonight. It's really nice to... Oh, we've got Amanda here. We've got Sharon here. I've got Victoria here. I've got 7 people here. Thank you ever so much. It is a bit nerve-wracking doing these lives. Well, not a bit nerve-wracking, it's really nerve-wracking, because I'm just about now to put this box together and I'm kind of praying, thinking, please work. So I've used, I love these are little mini dimensionals. Amanda sends me loads of hearts. Love you, Amanda. I'm just going to take the backing off of there. Oh, and that one. And again, I would want to get my head right over that to make sure it's central, but I can't. I've just seen that message pop up. Thank you, Amanda. Bless you. So I've got that on there, and that is going to then fit on here. Now, what we need to make sure, I'm just going to check that's going to work. Oh, it is. I love it when a plan comes together. So that's on there using mini dimensionals. You're going to then do the same here, but they've got to go on the edge there. And they've got to go on the edge there to make sure that I can then push that flap behind it. Oh, I've got Suzanne here. Hello, Suzanne. Thank you for joining me. Can't get the backing off. Oh, come on. Doesn't normally take that long. I'm going to end up ripping this off. That's because the backing isn't on it. Doesn't feel very sticky though. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on the front there like that. Hi, Suzanne. Nice to see you. So I'm just going to put that on the front of the box like that. And then at this point, you can then fill your box with whatever you want to give. There's quite a lot of room in there. That would take some sweets. We've got some spare sweets left over because we didn't eat lots of them. Obviously, bounties. They're all the ones that are left. So I might just fill that with bounties and give it to some poor person that likes them. But tea lights will fit in there. I haven't got anything around other than mess. But tea lights will fit in there. Anything. Little bag of sweets. Fold that in. So if you want to give your loved one just a little gift, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Just fill that with a treat. Whoops. And then what you're going to do is that flap there is going to just fit behind the label that you made. Like that. And that fits quite well. That could fit better, but I didn't get that box completely square. So there's a way around that. There's always a plan. I'm going to get some ribbon. And you're going to see how badly I tie a bow. So just to keep that super sharp, and that's not moving anywhere. That is not going anywhere. Look, that lid's not coming off. But let's just make it look super pretty with some ribbon. So that is in vanilla. I want white. Hang on. Then have a rummage. There we go. Found the white. This ribbon I think is discontinued, or it might be in the clearance rack. I don't know. But I love it, and I'm coming towards the end of it now. I don't think there's any left. So I'm going to take off a length of ribbon, cut it on the diagonal so that it doesn't fray. Top tip. And I'm just going to put a ribbon there like that. I'm not going to do a bow. I am not going to show myself up and do a bow. I can't do them. I've tried to learn. My fellow crafters have tried to teach me. Can't do it. Bow challenged. So what looks just as pretty as a bow is a knot. We're going to put that there like that. Just finish off the edges like that. I'm not, Victoria, I'm not doing a bow live. Oh, absolutely not. It's not going to happen. So there we go. We have got using the All My Love DSP. So I've got 2 more squares of that I can use. The All My Love DSP. Is it still current, Amanda? Thank you. I didn't think it was. Oh, well, I'm going to have to get some more now because I love it. The fact that it comes in the white with the silver and I've put it somewhere, it also comes into the in the very vanilla with the gold. It's beautiful. It goes with so much stuff. So I'm glad my good friend Amanda has just told me that is still live. Thank you. So we've got the sentiment here from the Forever Lovely stamp set, which coordinates with the All My Love DSP. And the All My Love DSP also, what what you also get with that, sorry, just rummaging the other side of the room, is then the cardstock that goes with that. So you have, that's craft, oh, can you see that? Flirty Flamingo and lovely lipstick. So that coordinates beautifully with that. All part of our Spring Summer Catalogue 2019. If you want a copy of that catalogue, please just send me an email through the page or send me a message and I will send you a PDF of that. Just let me have your email address. So I hope you really liked that project. Quickly put that together this afternoon. I'm going to do this every Tuesday around about 8 o'clock, depending on what time I can leave work. I will do a little crafty project, just a very short one. So we've done a box today. So next Tuesday we'll do a card. If you want to see future projects, come and find me on YouTube, Instagram, and my blog. Just search Taffy Crafting and you will see a picture of me on my blog or on the YouTube channel. Also on Pinterest as well. Can I just say thank you ever so much for joining me on my first Crafty Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.